Hey Ash, how's it going?
Very well, just about recovered from our weekend in Chester.
Yeah, we're that's the first time we've spent like a night out anywhere, I
Mm,
think. Proper night out anywhere,
yeah.
I think. Like not ghost hunting or not sort of out doing some weird live stream somewhere. That was our first time we've been
Out, out.
out.
Yes.
And we were at my haunted hotel in Chester for their Halloween party.
Yes. We
And you were
were.
quite hammered, I think, weren't you?
My God, I've not had a weekend like this in about 8 or 9 years. I was out all night at the hotel, Halloween party, did not sleep a wink.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, I was out all day drinking with my work colleagues for our early Christmas get together. And I
Mhm.
literally had like an hour from getting home from Chester to then leaving for Manchester on no sleep and still hungover, and then started drinking again. Very, and didn't sleep at all. I'll come
Yeah.
on to why shortly. Um, but yeah, did you enjoy
Yeah.
the evening?
I was driving, so that
Mm.
was that. It was all right though. Had a good time. It was good fun. It was good to see everybody, and
Some amazing costumes.
there were some amazing costumes. Yeah, there was. Met loads of old friends, lots of new people,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is good. Um,
Shout out to Chris and Lee.
yeah, yeah. Literally just about to say that. Yeah, they've all the way up from my neck of the woods,
Mm.
which is cool. Well, a bit further down south actually than my neck of the woods. So yeah, nice to meet them. Nice to see Danny Moss. Nice to see Harry uh, and
Yeah, yeah.
Caravan himself, dressed as a pink rabbit,
Yeah.
which was good. Good to see you dressed up as a certain disrespected 80s disc jockey, but 80s shell suit nonetheless. Very good.
Yes, yeah. It
A
wasn't the intention, but that's how it looked. So
lot of cowboys there.
yeah, oddly,
Oddly,
yeah,
a lot of cowboys. People dressed up as cowboys.
yeah.
Yeah, it was super cool. Super cool. It
It,
was good to see everybody get back into the old King's Head.
it was good,
Well,
and although like we weren't there for paranormal. I did have a lot of paranormal stuff happen.
yes, you did. Tell me.
Whilst it's Halloween, and we're telling the stories, we're doing paranormal creepy stories. So it started off before the party originally. 'Cause I bunked up with Dan from the Haunt Hub.
Yep.
We had a room there at the hotel, and the party didn't start till 7:30. We were in the room from about 6, just getting ready, a few pre-drinks. I'm in room 5, which is one of the more sort of active rooms in the hotel.
Hmm. Yeah, it
Famous
is.
for lots of knocking and ghost children and the famous void behind the wall, all these things. And there's a shelf where the dolls sit, and there's a certain doll which has a reputation for flying off this shelf. I never had it happen. We had a lot of banging in that room.
Hmm.
The last few times I've been, nothing's really happened. So, like, we were in the room, we had about an hour and a half to spare before the party. So, let's just do a little mini investigation while getting ready. We had a couple of drinks, but we're not drunk at all. We both sat on the bed, a good, like, 8, 9 feet away from the actual shelf. And the room was dead dark. It's hard to see much. There's only like a low red light. Can't really see much. And then Dan says, I just saw a shadow near the shelf where the dolls are. So then I said, Billy and Sarah, which is the name of the two kid ghosts that I
Hmm.
believe to be haunting that room, went, go and play with the dolls on the shelf. And Dan started singing Ring a Ring of Roses. And then I heard it. So I heard a loud noise come from the shelf. Dan screamed, jumped off the bed, bolted out the room, and was screaming down the corridor. I was still on the bed thinking, what the hell's just happened? So I get my torchlight on my phone, trying to see what had happened. And the doll was now like about 3 foot away from the shelf on the floor.
Wow.
It had properly launched itself off the shelf. So I didn't see it, but I heard the noise. But Dad had actually seen it go, and he legged it. He got out of there and came back with like five people. So we're like, this has just
That's
happened.
mad.
Um, and then so we put it back up. We carried on doing the investigation. The other people left. Then it fell again, just before the party started. So that was it. Did the party, blah 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 blah. 1 o'clock, about 1 o'clock in the morning, the party finished. I went upstairs. We made friends with a couple of people in the other rooms, Chris
Hmm.
and Lee, and Emily and Jacob.
Yep.
And then we had done any investigations before. So we were like, we're going to stay up and do some investigations in the room and in the corridor of the hotel. So we stayed up, did some investigations. Nothing much really happened. And then we finished about 3 o'clock in the morning. Um, Although the clocks had gone back an hour, so it was
Hmm.
technically 4 o'clock for us, but
Yeah.
it was 3 o'clock in real life. Anyway, so they all left. Dan was absolutely sparko on the bed.
Not surprised.
Literally, he was so drunk. He
He was
was
hammered.
ridiculously drunk. And as soon as his head was on that bed, he was still fully dressed, costume, shoes. As soon as his body hit the bed, he was just literally snoring 5 seconds later. I was too wired. I was laying there like, I'm wired. He's snoring. And then, but we left the devices on. We left like K2 on, REM pod on, and he had Spirit Talker on his phone. He left it
Okay.
on throughout the
Hmm.
night.
Yep.
So this was kept saying, obviously, words and sentences that loud. And then it went knocking on the thingy, and not 10 seconds later, coming from one of the beams, like literally about 5 foot away from me. So I was like,
Uh,
fuck, there's fucking something does not. He said knocking, and then literally 10 seconds later, there's three clear knocks on the beam. So I'm like, so I'm
wow.
wide awake now, looking. Can't see much, it's dark. I'm like, what the hell? And then probably a couple minutes later, I heard what sounded like footsteps because there's like a bunk bed the other
Yep.
side of the room. And I heard
Mm.
footsteps, like the floorboards creaking by the bunk bed, as
Oh.
if someone was walking by the bunk bed. Um, and then there's like a cabinet with more dolls and toys and stuff on. And the door of that kept creaking and banging shut,
Oh.
like it was opening. And then I heard noises from the bathroom and the door was open. I was like, what the hell is going on? I was like, I'm very drunk, I'm very tired, I cannot sleep, but all this stuff happening. And then the spirit talker kept throwing things out, like, that's us, and we're here, we're following you, we're watching you, all these things coming. And I'm like, effectively on my own in this room because he's Sparko. And then there's a cuckoo clock in that room. It doesn't go off all the time. When it does, it's bloody loud. So you forget it's there. It goes, cuckoo, 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 dead loud. And I heard that go off about 5 times because I did not sleep. And I knew it'd been
Wow.
an hour every time it went off. This
Hmm.
bloody cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. We left about 11:30. I hadn't slept 1 minute. This stuff was
Wow.
going on all night.
Yeah.
These knocks and these bangs and these sound like someone walking in the room. I was just laying there like, I'm gonna be, oh, what do I do? But yeah, it was good. Fun.
Awesome.
For that, and then we had the panels. The first time we had the doll fall off, well, fly
Yep.
off the shelf. And they've been there for hours, like probably days and not moved. And then it's like he said he saw a shadow, and we asked like Billy and Sarah to play with the dolls, and then it came off flying off the shelf. So it's just
Mad.
very. And I've messaged the guys, they come and check the footage.
Hmm.
So a good bit of footage that, but not heard back yet.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
be good
but
footage. Yeah.
definitely a creepy night in that in room 5.
Yeah. It's a room that we've had activity in as
Yes,
well. When we were in there, there was like a loud knock at the door, banging at the door, in
banging
fact.
at the door.
And
Yeah,
then um, Danny came round and showed us the footage of the corridor at the same time, and there was nobody there. That was weird. That was like proper weird. That night was weird. That
that's
was
best one of the best
a
nights ever.
lot activity, a lot of activity that never been able to replicate anywhere. That level of activity. It's mad.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, and we're coming up to the end of spooky season in
Yes.
terms of October itself, and this is probably this will be out the night before Halloween,
Or Hallows Eve Eve.
All Hallows Eve. Yeah, so um, it's a good time to be listening.
Instead of
What's
bang.
that?
Listen to a bang right in the hallway where the door's open. Anyway, hope
And
boys are
I
upstairs.
I put the last episode, the video version, up on YouTube as well. So we'll put this one on, especially with that just that's just happened. So,
Nice
and
one.
as you know, like people who may not have listened to all the episodes, A, why not? And B, there's 348 episodes to get through. So you can now listen to us on YouTube Music podcasts.
Yeah.
So there's a specific podcast app for YouTube Music now. So that's up there. And you will see some of the videos if you go on social media of us being when we've been recording episodes and weird stuff has happened. Things have caught fire. That was when we had Kate Sherrill on.
Yes.
It caught fire. We've had oh well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't
Don't
Kate.
scare Kate, was it?
Don't scare Claire.
Don't scare, don't scare Claire. Yeah.
But yeah, so that happened when we were recording. We've had weird shadow things go behind me. We've had untold amounts of stuff that's not even captured that has happened whilst recording it. Famously, when we spoke to John Edmonds, I'll never get my head around that how that didn't happen. We should. Well, we weren't. We were videoing that episode. We recorded it through Teams or something. Something
Mm.
random. No, it was Skype, wasn't it? Skype.
Skype. Yeah.
Wow, back in the day. R.I.P.
That's nearly
John
five
Edmonds.
years ago.
I know. I know. I've been working on a plan for our 5 year anniversary, December the 2nd. Look at that. That's
Nice one.
mad. 5 years, 348 episodes. So by the time we get to that, it'll be over 350 episodes. So this is
Amazing.
349. That's mad. That's
Amazing.
mad. You think if they're all at least an hour, which the majority of them are, at least an hour,
I suppose, yeah, apart from the series,
mm,
like
it's
Haunted Pub Crawl and stuff, and
so if we said very generous 240 hours, that's 10 days worth of constant listening if you really wanted to megasode it.
do a binge.
Do a binge, yeah. 10-day binge, 24 hours a day. Wow. You would literally be on our Spotify rap on your Spotify Wrapped. This would be your number one podcast. That's coming up soon, so it'd be interesting to see what
Yeah.
I know what my podcast episode will be. I know we're not
Yours,
talking about that
yours are
on
going
it.
to be weaponized.
It will be weaponized. No, it might not be. It might not be. It
Mm.
might not be. I listened to a few of them. Sean
Okay.
Ryan show. I don't know if you listen to him. He's a
Mm.
nice guy. And Lex Friedman, another very super intelligent guy. So it's up there. It's up there.
Mine
But
would
I
probably
know.
be mine would probably be Ryan's Somewhere in the Skies
Hmm.
or Office Ladies podcast.
Okay, not heard that one.
Angela and Pam from The Office. It's their like Office
Okay,
rewatch, but it's so good.
okay. I'll tell you what. Big shout out to Ryan. He won a podcast award the other night for
Yes,
Somewhere
he
in the
did.
Skies. So
Well
he's
deserved.
it was our second anniversary that I think he came on and celebrated with us, didn't he?
Was it our second?
I think it was the second. Why do I think it?
Nah, was
It
it
was.
3 years
Yeah, well,
ago?
yeah, I think so.
It was actually. Oh my God. That's
So,
crazy fast. That's
so
crazy fast.
we'll have to. I've got a few ideas for the 5 years. Can't believe it's 5 years. It's about 5 years now that I first met you
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or a bit, well, less, wasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, mad,
Cool.
mad, mad. Right. Let's get into it. We'll talk about 5 year anniversary closer to the time. Oh,
Okay.
just before you do it,
Jesus
just before you do
Christ.
it, just before you do it, suddenly remembered our book
Okay.
is now in GTI's The House. So if you ever go to investigate GTI's new place in Stoke, The House, and you're in one of the rooms, I don't know which room it is, there's a fireplace with two books on there. One book is ours, Paranormal United States. The other book is actually written by somebody called Greg, which is weird. But yeah, so check it out. I suddenly remembered that. Don't know why. Sorry.
Nice one. No, that's cool. But yes,
So shall I start off with today's first? ghost
Yes.
stories. So if you didn't listen to part one, go back and listen to it. So we'll give you a few seconds to do that. Obviously, in podcast time, that's you pausing it, going back. Welcome back if you've done that.
Welcome back.
And yeah, we've got some spooky stories. This one is from 2019.
Nice.
So, the start. We moved into a tidy new build and made the smallest bedroom a temporary box room. So, just chuck everything in. From the first week, our cat posted herself in the doorway at 3:12 every night and stared up at the corner by the loft hatch. There was a low hum in there, not a boiler noise, more like a living sound that you feel in your chest, like this little rumble going on. The baby monitor crackled one night and clipped. Old fashioned woman's voice said, "Don't shut the door," which is fucking freaky as it was. 2 nights
What?
later, it came through, "Leave it open so I can see her." But the person says, "We don't have a daughter. It was a son." So what the hell that's all about? The hum began sinking to my pulse, slow, then suddenly too fast, until this listener said they felt sick. They slept in the box room to prove it was nothing and woke up on the back, sorry, pinned, breathing smoke into the air. In the wardrobe mirror, the angle was all wrong, like the reflection sat closer to the ceiling, and small, careful steps across the mattress where they were says that there were small, careful steps across the mattress, sorry, to their ear, and a cheerful nursery voice whispered, "Mine now." At first light, they found dusty handprints, 5 of them, climbing the wall towards the loft hatch. Each one was slightly smaller than the last one, and a grey smear at cheek height, like someone had slid down the paint. They took photos, and the photos that they took glitched with a bar of static right across at eye level. They said they keep that door shut now, and the hum still comes from underneath it, like a fridge humming. And it doesn't say what's happened since then.
That's like horror movie level
That is
of
proper horror movie level.
stuff happening. What the?
So, new build, spare room where the baby goes in, well, a box room with the loft hatch. And at 3:12 in the morning, the cat's just sat there, and they hear on a baby monitor the voice about wanting to see her.
That's that's freaky as fuck.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I would like that. So I don't mind stuff happening. I don't mind stuff happening in my house, in my
Hmm.
basement, whatever. I don't know. If I woke up and there was like handprints on my wall next to my bed,
Hmm.
and they had voices like whispering in my ear when I'm
Hmm.
alone. Yeah, I don't know
Bit
how I
weird.
would react to that one.
Bit weird. Bit weird. It would
Scary.
freak me out. But being a new build, you wouldn't suspect it be anything
Hmm.
paranormal necessarily. But then when you start seeing, like you say, handprints and that, I think,
It's little, yeah, some little sort of bits of detail that like sort of why they put it in, like new build. Like usually like, it'd be old house, blah blah blah. Don't really hear many stories about new builds and the voice saying her, but it was a son they had.
mhm,
Like there's little weird things that kind of like little
odd.
details.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird
Weird.
one, weird one.
Weird one. Yeah. Creepy. Creepy.
So this one, a few years earlier than yours, when we refer back to my messages. So this story is from this person's childhood. I was around 7 or 8, so this would have been in 2012, 2013. My siblings were around 6 and 3, so we're talking young kids. We lived in a pretty small apartment. There's nothing unusual about it, just a basic apartment in a nearly empty neighborhood. My parents were quick to move in because they had 3 kids. My mum was always working, and my dad was always worn out from taking care of us and the house. Me and the rest of the family practically always stayed home. One day, I was in the living room with both my siblings and my dad. My dad was showing us the games he was playing, so we were all fully distracted until I heard my mum call my name. She sounded impatient and a bit angry, so I went looking for her without question. The living room and kitchen were connected, but there was a small hallway leading to the bathroom straight down the centre, and both bedrooms to each side. I first went to the bathroom, the door was shut, and the light was on, but it was the middle of the day, and our very few windows were open, so I don't know why the light was on. I knocked and waited for my mum to answer, but she just kept yelling my name, sounding angrier by the minute. I kept yelling back, Mum, what's wrong? What do you need? When I got tired of that, I opened the bathroom door and she wasn't there. I didn't think much of it, just moved on to my parents' bedroom and knocked on their door too. She kept yelling, and I kept yelling back. At this point, she sounded really angry, and I was getting anxious. I finally opened their bedroom door too, and I still couldn't see her. I looked under the blankets, under the bed, in the closet, and anywhere else that a small woman could fit. I still didn't find her, but it still sounded like she was yelling directly into my ear. I was so anxious that I was also angry at this point, so I stomped over to my bedroom. The door was also shut, which confused me because I always kept our door open. I reached for the knob, and just before touching it, felt completely paralyzed. The air was freezing, and I started to shake. I couldn't bring myself to touch the doorknob, despite my mum screaming my name. I suddenly remembered my mum was at work in a different city. She worked overnight shifts as a nurse and often went days without coming home. When she did, she was always in her scrubs and too exhausted to do anything but kiss us good night and go to bed. As I mentally put the pieces together, the last few screams sounded inhuman and then stopped. I was terrified. I ran to my dad and siblings in tears. When my dad went to comfort me and asked me what was wrong, I told him everything and his face dropped. He held me until I calmed down and wouldn't let us leave his side for the rest of the night. We moved out almost immediately. When I told my mother this memory years later, she told me that when she got home some time after, my dad instantly told her what I said. They were terrified and decided to talk to the landlord. It was only then that they were informed that an old lady previously died in our apartment alone and wasn't found for at least a few days. And she wasn't very kind, especially to children.
Wow. I think that's weird. Like when you experience that and you tell
As
the
a kid
parents
as well.
and the parents are just like, and then you suddenly move out. I mean, that's that's horror stuff as well. And then to
It,
sort of essentially corroborate the story with the landlord.
like imagine that feeling like where like you sort of check the rooms, you're hearing your mum shouting for you, you're like literally about to open that last door, and you think, my mum's at work, my mum's like
Yeah,
in the house, like that moment of like you sort of hear it there, like the pure fear of my mum's at work, that's not my mum. Like, what the
it's
hell?
mad.
Like, yeah,
It's that
crazy.
mimicking.
Mm.
We've seen it time and again, like at Priest Cottage with the girls,
That
and
was
we were a
weird.
spirit box, and it
That
was
was
coming
weird.
through.
It was like exactly Emma's voice.
Hmm.
Well, it's got the same voice, haven't they?
Yeah, pretty
Coming
much.
through, coming through that, going
Yeah,
through that spirit box.
yeah, mad, absolutely mad. Well,
Scary, scary.
and weirdly, we talk about mimicking. The next one I've got has got a mimic in it, and you're not going to
Ooh,
like this one.
oh, I'm not gonna like it.
This one's close to home.
Oh gosh.
It's from 2021. It's fairly new. Delamere.
Oh,
One of our most favourite places to go. We've had some amazing live streams there. And obviously we filmed with the Moss Man for his documentary there. So we've got good history at Delamere.
a nice relationship with Delamere.
Yeah, I love it. I love it there. It's a really nice place. Um, until you hear this one. So
Go on.
I'm not going to go camping in Delamere. Let's just say that. So me and my brother camped just off a trail in Delamere. Poor choice, I know. Around 2 a.m., we both woke to four heavy footsteps stop beside the tent by the head. Something copied my brother's cough perfectly, then tried my voice. Don't, don't move. Like it had only heard me through a wall, so a bit like a bit of a weird muffly kind of, not quite. The inner zip shivered as if it was pinched.
Oh, thank God.
fingertip pressed the netting and dragged down snag by snag. And I whispered, "Mate, pack up." And the thing overlapped me, finishing, "Your stuff," with a wet little click. And the lips, you could hear the lips clicking. We burst out with torches, and it says here that my laugh, exactly my laugh, barked from the trees and cut off instantly. The ground where it had circled round the tent wasn't like footprints, it looked like churned in tight circles, like palms grinding in the soil. So I imagine that's like a weird round shape. Don't know, it doesn't. So they legged it, absolutely just legged it. And as you know, if you're in Delamere, in quite deep, you that can take a little while to get back to your car because those car
Mm.
parks are on the outside
Yeah.
generally. Said at the car, two hard knocks hit the rear window, and on the inside there was like mist where they were obviously panicking. It says that inside, five long thin prints bloomed and then faded on the window. For 3 nights at home, the kitchen window got two knocks at 2 a.m. sharp. And on the last night, my phone woke with a new voice memo. 13 seconds of tent zip, then me saying mate, followed by a second voice going, mate.
What?
Said they binned the tent, burned the guy ropes, and everything stopped. But they can't seem to delete the voice note.
Wow. Give me goosebumps, that one.
Considering how far we sort of go into well, no, we don't go massively into Delamere, but
Yeah, and we've had the voices. We've had where it's like we've heard the voices. It's like they learn us deeper.
yeah, we've had loads of whispers on
It's
live
like we
stream,
can't.
people
It's like we
hearing.
can't get close to it. Like
hmm
it's always the same sort of distance away from us, no matter how close we get to
Yeah.
it.
And it's in that specific place as well where we've been multiple times where the Gruffalo is,
Mm.
just off to the side of where the Gruffalo is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's where me and Sarah done the live stream as well. And then we've got all the screen captures of people seeing stuff behind the trees and arms and faces.
That's mad. And
Oh, I've
like,
got goosebumps as well.
that's mad. And like, when you're in a tent, you're very, very vulnerable. Like,
Oh
I
my
like
God,
camp.
yeah.
I love camping. Um, but that feeling where you're lying in the tent,
hmm
obviously probably wrapped in a sleeping bag as well, so your body's sort of constricted. Someone opens your tent zip and you got no chance. Like,
No,
it might well if it was paranormal or just somebody that's after or whatever. Like, you've got no chance if someone comes in your tent like that. I
no.
mean, especially when it's not a campsite, it's just like a random wild
You've gone
camping.
off trail. Yeah, wild camping's the
Like,
worst.
it's got,
At,
yeah.
at least if you're on a campsite or in an authorized camping area, chances are it's somebody like a human.
Like, when you do, I've done quite a few festivals, and it's usually someone that's pissed and gone to the wrong tent when you hear
Yeah, yeah,
people walking, and like, it's just literally that. But when like I say, wild camping and like Ben Walgate does a lot of
yeah.
his. I couldn't
Fuck
do it. Not
that.
on his own as well.
I
That's
know
just
he's mad. He's mad. I yeah. I think, like you say, you're super vulnerable in a tent. You can't see out, but whatever's
mm,
out there, although they can't necessarily see you, they know you're contained.
mm.
And I think that's the worst bit. There's no it's like you can't easily escape. There's only one way out of a tent, and
And
usually
those,
that's the bit where everybody's trying to get in.
yeah, it's like I'm just picturing Blair Witch now as well.
Oh my God, yes.
When they're in the tent.
And they wake up and there's the little stones outside, little
Yeah.
piles of rocks.
Like, yeah, the banging and the cracking noises and
I
yeah,
actually saw that film at the cinema when it was released.
nice.
Such a great film. I mean, it probably doesn't hold up as well
It
now, but
does. I watched
does
it
it?
probably only 3, 4 years ago, even less.
Mm,
And because Jamie had never watched it, I was like, we're watching Blair Witch. I was like, this is still like, I think a lot of people are like, oh, blah, blah, blah. It's just more funny than thingy, but you actually sort of
mm.
get yourself in there.
That's it. I think if you
Fucking
invest, if
terrifying.
you're in there, it's the end. It just builds up all the way, like through the chaos, right to the end. Couple of scenes in the house, and I'm like, I've watched it like years ago. I watched it, and it's that end bit that gets me. I'm just like, fuck.
It's creepy. I
And
love
you
it.
can imagine it
Absolutely love it.
happening. I remember I know we're not talking about Blair Witch really, but I remember watching, being around at the time when they were plugging it, and there was a website out saying, "Have you seen these campers?" It was all set up as like they found the footage. It was one of the
Mm,
biggest found footage films ever made, really.
yeah,
At that point, anyway. I know there's a lot more since, but
yeah, definitely, definitely. You know,
McPherson on tape's better.
well, yeah, one of my all-time favorite films. First, no, it's just I randomly come in my head. Oh my God, when you said the website and stuff,
Hmm.
do you remember? Oh, I've not thought about this for years. I'm trying to think what date it was. The website was just something like 8th of March 2005, and it's all around this date. And this was like a couple of years before 2005.
Don't know.
Oh my God, it was in the end it ended up being a marketing thing for a book. Um, but it was this guy that was blogging this journey, and it was like paranormally, it was UFO-y. It was he'd found this thing in a mountain, and then he had the like sort of authorities coming after him, and it was so good. It's like there'd be one post on it's just like a blog site, and there'd be one post, and there'd be nothing for like 2 months, and there'd be another post, or then it'd be like every couple of weeks or a couple of days, and you won't hear anything for a month, and then there'd be more posts. Like the guy was like, I only just been able to get some internet, it's not been able to update what's been happening. There'd be pictures of things. I'm sure I'd have to literally Google it right now.
Uh,
8th of March, it might not be that date. It was something like that. If it was that, I'm gonna be so happy that I remember that exact date. Um, it might not even be that. I'll have to look into this. Nothing's coming up straight away. Um, I have to look into this more and maybe do an episode on it because it's absolutely and they had this big massive
oh
following
yeah.
online.
Okay.
Because it's not like the early days of the internet, but it was still where like kind of before social media took off and stuff. So it's
Mhm.
just that we had like blog websites rather than
Yeah.
like sort of what it is today. Um, and it was the community around it was mad, and people talking about all these face swapping faves with each other, people trying to work out where he was, who he was, all these things. I'll have to try and it might not be that date. It's gonna be. I think it was March. 'Cause my birthday's in March. I remember.
There, there is
Uh,
there was this blog I used to follow, or this website, and this guy, he used to post up. Then he went missing, but I think that was just he came across like this black UFO hovering. There's photos of it on the internet. Or we'll have to have a maybe early days paranormally kind of weird website shit. We'll have
kind
to
of
do a
like some of the old creepypasta stuff.
yeah, 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 definitely. We'll have to do that. We're gonna have to, based on all these last week and this week, we're gonna have to do an episode on found footage films and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
proper found footage films. So it's something that I really get into. I really love watching those. So
Do you watch Found TV?
yeah, I was
Oh,
literally having a look at that
you
before.
think you got me onto
Yeah.
that? Yeah, yeah.
Um, the ultimate one is Blackwell Ghost.
I knew you were gonna say Blackwell
I'm
Ghost.
leaving it there. We're not here to talk about found footage films, but
We'll come back to it.
Blackwell Ghost. Oh, in preparation for episodes, anybody who's listening who hasn't watched Blackwell Ghost, watch it. Watch the series for when we get to that episode and we do it. Because
Yeah.
fuck,
Can
it's
watch,
brilliant.
can watch it on found.tv, so free streaming.
Yeah,
Uh,
the first one's definitely free on a lot of places. You might have to pay a pound or two for the some of the other episodes. There 8, I think. Well worth it. Well worth it. Anyway, so that was me and Delamere. Ooh,
that's
goosebumps.
crazy. That's crazy. So we cut it there.
Yep.
I
Back
go
in the mo.
into see you in a minute. So moving on to my next. We get very sidetracked today.
Yeah. That's the problem because we hadn't seen each other for such a long time. And then we were out on Saturday and we had a catch up on Saturday. And then we're just like school kids who haven't seen each other for ages
That'll be
after
summer
school
holidays.
holidays. School holidays, like,
It's half term as
whoa.
well.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, my next one. So my next creepy story. I'm gonna read in the first person again. So this person says, "I believe I somehow thought of being possessed a few months ago. It could just be a dream, just to caveat it. But I remember it so vividly. I have a hard time believing it was as simple as that. I'd gotten up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet, went to lay back down, and a short while later, I felt a presence at the foot of my bed. It jumped up into my bed and stood over me. I looked up just in time to see a shadowy humanoid figure pull back like it's pulling a net, and it felt like the fitted sheet of my bed got pulled up around me. Then everything went black. I woke up or came to, something like that. I was in a room that looked very 70s style. Wooden panel walls with yellow and orange wallpaper on the top half, and that ugly burnt orange shag carpet. Against the wall was some shadowy figure. It explained it had hidden 5 talismans on my body, and if I could find them in time, I was free to go. I immediately started rifling through my pockets, turning them inside out and finding 2 right away. A third was wedged in my back pocket between my wallet and the inside fabric of my jeans. I patted myself down, searching for the rest before remembering I had a hoodie on. Reaching inside the hood yielded the 4th talisman. I checked everywhere I could think of, but I could not figure out where the 5th and final talisman was. The shadow figure started mocking me, telling me that I would never find the last one. Something in the back of my mind told me to check my throat. I
What?
jammed my fingers down as far as I could, and I felt it, the last talisman. I pulled, but it felt stuck. I almost gave up, and I felt myself drifting away from my body, but I hadn't let go of the talisman. As I saw my body from the outside, I grunted with one last effort and pulled with all my might. I suddenly woke up, shouting, sweating bullets, breathing heavy, but I was fully conscious and wide awake. I was back in my bed. My room felt empty, but the kind of empty when you knew someone else had just been there. I turned on my bedside lamp and checked the room to confirm that I was alone.
What?
That's a scary experience.
Things down the throat to get a talisman. Did it say how big the talisman
I mean,
couldn't have been
fitting
that?
yeah, it must be quite small to sort of hide them on the body as well.
Something like that, I suppose. A
Um,
small,
it's
small
probably
sort
like
of.
um like a stone or something in it that they could the magic. So the
I
body
suppose
won't be
something
that big.
like that, I
Not
suppose.
but not too small to digest properly down your throat.
Trying to think of something that's. I have a gag reflex.
Mine is awful. I can't. Yeah, less said about
That's weird though. Moving on.
it.
Yeah, that just put me off my stroke, as it were. No, but that's that's weird though. That is proper weird.
I just say caveat like potentially a dream, but don't think it is. Oh, you got the sleep paralysis potential in there,
Bit of
stuff like
lucid
that.
dreaming.
But it's very weird type of thing to be looking for these things on
Mm,
your body,
yeah, yeah.
and as you find the last one, you put back. I don't know, but
But
scary nonetheless.
down your throat. Like, I couldn't even put my fingers down my throat like that.
No, well, you had to survive. You would.
Yeah, I suppose so. I've seen Saw films. They
Yes.
do a lot of weird shit to save their lives, so you
Yeah.
probably would. You probably would. Oh. That's horrible. But that's the thing. You wake up and it's like, was this even a dream or was this real? I think that's a scary part of it. Is you
Mm.
don't know if it's real or not.
Been taken to a different room, or was it the same room but years ago?
Mhm.
Something,
Mad. And
something weird going on.
I think based on the conversations we've had over the years with people, that could be something that's happened and real life, not a dream, everything like that. And I'm open to all of that stuff now. And
Definitely.
I take it for what it is. This person said this has happened. Okay,
Yeah.
that's weird. That's proper weird. It's the kind of shit that you wouldn't want to sleep again for fear of it either being real or not real. Because if that's not real and it's a dream, that's a mad dream.
Mm.
I've had some mad dreams, but don't think quite that mad. But
No, no. It was fine as well when someone like kind of it's always times when you find yourself aware that you're in a dream,
mhm.
you always wake up and I
Yeah,
absolutely hate it. It's like I
yeah,
knew like you know it's like right, you realize that you're dreaming. It's such a weird feeling. But then
mhm.
something happens and you wake up, you're like, fuck's sake. That's fucking lucid dreaming is almost got it.
Yeah. Oh, I love the thought of that. Doing it like properly, being in
Mm.
control of that dream. I think that'd be amazing. Right. So my final one. Fair warning, 2017. This is
God, yeah.
based in a care home and the death of someone. So if it's not your thing, fast forward a couple of minutes. I get that. So this person writes, and again, reading it in the first
Yeah.
person. I was on nights when Elsie passed just after midnight. Peaceful, family present. We did the usual. We put the blinds down. The corridor lights were low, and her little bell was left on the bedside table. So we used to have a bell. Everybody had a little bell, so they could just ring it if they needed assistance late at night, so they didn't have to press buzzers and wake everybody up. At 1:43, her call number lit up the panel after she'd died to go to her room. As I reached her door, the bell rang 3 quick times. Her hurry please type ring. The room was cold. The tea that was left for the family still felt fairly warm, so they hadn't long gone really. On the corridor camera, the handle dips by itself. On the bed sensor graph, there's a 40-second wait added at 1:42 in the morning. So they could weigh the patients, and it was the same weight as Elsie's last recorded weight, but she wasn't there because she'd passed and gone. The lift dinged 4 floors without moving. The sluice tap squealed and stopped, and in the trolley window I caught a cardiganed figure behind me and turned round. There was nothing there. We drew the curtain around the bed and said out loud, Elsie, love, everyone's safe. We'll walk you home. The air softened, the mood lightened, and the panel went quiet. End of the shift, I found her bell on my locked car's passenger seat.
God.
I sat there a long time with the keys in my hand and said goodnight to Elsie one more time, and it hasn't rung since.
No.
So kind of sweet, but fucking horrific.
It's like it's kind of like she sounded a bit panicked. Like she's
Yeah.
ringing the bell and pressing the buzzers. Like
She
she's
just
like,
wanted somebody there
yeah. Oh,
after she'd passed over.
poor Elsie.
Poor Elsie. But the fact that the bell was in your locked car's passenger
Mm.
seat when you get in it, I mean, that would freak me out.
I mean,
But
like that. We've explored abandoned care home,
mhm,
and half the stuff is still in there, beds and
mhm.
equipment and stuff in the rooms, and it's so creepy. Like some of the rooms feel like just been left like they've only just left the room. You know, it's been like
That's
closed for
mad.
a while. It feels like they've only just left. Like it's just so weird. Them sort of place where you know
Mm.
there's a lot of death.
Yep.
A lot
Yep.
of
Yep.
people die in these places.
Yeah.
Um, that
Yeah. A lot of
energy
them is
will still be there.
it's like end of life places, isn't it? That's where they
Mm.
spend their final days. Bless them. But yeah. Well,
That's scary, but sweet and sad.
yeah. It's sweet but scary.
Mm.
Bit like Sarah.
Uh,
She won't have made it this far in the episode. We're all right. I can say that about her. But she is sweet but scary.
right, let me find my final story encounter. So this one
Hmm.
is from a serving police officer
Oh,
in Texas in the States.
nice.
Um, so he says he's been in law enforcement for over 16 years in Texas and seen more than his fair share of tragic, creepy, and downright unexplainable things on the job. From murder scenes to suicides to fatality accidents, sometimes a place just feels different. There's one call I went to, it was a death notification that really freaked me out. This is where he was going to tell family members that a loved one had died, that horrible visit you have to make.
Hmm.
One of my friends does this
Oh, wow.
um, as part of their job. And yeah, it's
Horrible.
a whole thing. And you have to be really clear. Like they have to use the words, this person is dead. Like they can't sugarcoat it. They can't be like, oh, they passed, or like, because they have to make sure they understand. They're like,
Hmm.
oh, they passed. Oh, passed. Where'd they pass to? Like, well, they just passed. Like,
Hmm.
where'd they pass?
Yeah.
Or where'd they moved on to a different place, like to a different unit? It's like, no, they are dead. Like, they are dead.
Yeah.
You have to like, kind of be quite firm when you're telling them. Also, you also tell them tragic
Hmm.
uh, news. So he was on his way to contact some family members of a deceased woman that had been involved in a fatal car accident a few miles away from her home. When I arrived, I met a woman near the roadway just inside the property gate. She said she heard me coming from miles away. There's these places, these big properties in America, especially out in Texas, these big where all the land is, like your gate could be a long way from your actual house. It's just like your
Yeah.
property starts like quite far away from your house, not like the UK where we're on top of each other. Um, Pretty much. So she said she heard me coming from miles away. I asked her if she lived at the residence, which she confirmed she did. After asking her to speak with me at the house, she agreed, but said she needed to walk as the house was about 75 yards from the road. After making it to the house, I approached the front door and a small wooden porch and began scanning the driveway for the woman. It was about 1 a.m. and completely dark. Whilst looking for the woman, the front door opened and a younger woman appeared. She was concerned about my presence, the police officer at your door in the middle of the night, and asked if everything was okay. I asked if I could speak with her and any other adults inside, and she welcomed me in. I told her that I would wait for the woman I met near the gate, and then she told me nobody else should be home. I then freaked out and started searching the property. Nothing. After entering the residence, I told her and her husband the news about Susan, which ended up being her mother. She said her mother moved in a few months back after her father had passed, and she wasn't handling it very well. While she and her husband were comforting one another after being told that her mother died in this car accident, I began looking at photos on the wall. There was a picture of a middle-aged woman that stuck out to me. She was a younger version of the woman I spoke with near the gate. While looking at the picture, the daughter confirmed that that was her mother, the woman that had just passed in the car wreck. I had spoke with the ghost of the individual that had died in a crash just before telling her family what had happened.
Holy shit. People do record instance of like a family member would appear to them in the middle of the night, and then they get told the following day that like the grandma or granddad had passed, and it was at like 2:30 a.m. and
Yeah.
that was the exact time that they've seen. That's a very common, I say common, it's still uncommon, but that would be proper weird to actually. That's what I can't get my head round. Like we go out and we are trying to get evidence or communicate with whatever.
Yeah.
And the Holy Grail is capturing something that you go, in my head, I know exactly that that was a ghost or a spirit. But to have that interaction with one, an actual interaction with one, then find not knowing it at the time, that's the worst bit because that
Mm.
must mean that that person, that spirit, was like hyper realistic as
Kind of reminds me of like the Sixth Sense, where they're just
not seen
like.
it.
I think you told me this before when you said you'd not seen the Sixth
I know,
Sense.
I know, I know I haven't, but I know
Such a great
like
film.
I know like the end. I know like what happens, but never seen it.
Yeah. Oh, Greg. It's Halloween. You have to watch it. Right? You've not even got a choice. I'm gonna tell Sarah. Yeah, it's just such a good film. Even if we watched it, obviously you know the twist, but like
Yeah.
it's just such a good film. Anyway, it's freaky. It's like there's moments where you actually like shit yourself. Like it's good. It's
Okay.
good. It's good. You have to watch it. Definitely got to watch it. But yeah, him being a serving police officer as well.
Mm.
Um, yeah, she's just gone to tell the family that this woman's died, and then he spoke to the woman who died. Like mad.
Yes. Insane. Some creepy stories and experiences on this one. I think the Delamere one, I'm not going to be able to go to Delamere without looking over my shoulder even more now. It doesn't say
Oh,
where in Delamere, thankfully. It just says Delamere because it's a huge place, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Um, I mean,
We
it could be
definitely
worse.
we
It
need to
could be
go back there.
Cannock. It could be Cannock by
Oh,
that car
Rendlesham,
park,
the dogging car park.
the dogging car park. There was a very party atmosphere in that car park all night, wasn't there?
The cars are coming and going. Like, oh
There
my
was
God.
music pumping and all sorts.
We're like, any ghosts?
um,
Any ghosts like hills above this music and the strobe lights?
and then explaining to the Americans in the chat what dogging was. And it's funny because we were at Lost Souls Paracon. Kalani was talking, and he bought his dad a T-shirt to wear back to America that said "I love dogging," and he didn't know. And somebody, an English person, sort of went up to him and like fist pumped him and sort of said, "Do you know what that means?" And he's like, "No." Probably not what he thought,
Nice
but
one.
yeah. But yeah, that was an interesting car park. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
But that was where the signal was, I suppose.
Yeah. But well, the next time we go, Canada, I've got the perfect place to go for signal, for location, for
Good.
what's happened there.
We need to do it.
Absolute perfect place.
I think the girls want to come as well, so we'll do that.
We'll,
Let's get
we'll
that
get
done.
back. We'll get back to Canada
Yeah, definitely,
soon.
definitely. Cool. Well, that is a wrap up of our Halloween two-parter. So part two, two parts.
Yeah.
Tomorrow,
Hopefully you enjoyed these stories.
tomorrow's Halloween.
Yes.
We were going trick or treating?
No.
No, not this year.
No. And thankfully, because I live in an apartment, we don't get anybody mithering us. No kids come here, so
That's a word I've only learned in the last year or so, mithering. So
mithering.
it's
Is
not a
it a
word down
northern
south.
word?
It's not a south word. South word. It's not a southern word, for
No.
definite. So I'm becoming accustomed to these strange words.
Mithering. That's just, I don't know, normal word.
Dinner and tea. What's that all about?
What do you mean?
It's dinner. It's not tea. It's dinner.
Breakfast, dinner, and tea.
No, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh, you posh get.
No, southern.
You have your dinner ladies at school.
Yeah,
That's breakfast, dinner, and tea.
no, no,
So you have
no.
dinner ladies. You have dinner ladies.
Yeah,
That's your
I
lunch.
know there's
That's like
dinner
your
ladies, but
middle of the day meal.
no, 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 no. Anyway, on that bombshell, I will bid you a happy Halloween.
Yes.
May your 31st of October bring the end of spooky season,
Yeah, hopefully get some happening here. I might go into the basement and spend some time with Sybil.
and we need to come back and investigate there. We do need to
before
go back
before it gets knocked down.
before it gets knocked down. But interestingly, I have a knock on my wall every night. Sarah will tell you. We'll be like on FaceTime or chatting, and you can hear it. And I just look at the window. Hasn't happened for a little while.
Mm.
It happened every night without fail. Just like right underneath the window, like right next to my bed. Weird. Don't know. Don't know what that's all about, but it's not done it for a while. So
Mm. Hopefully do it tonight. Now you spoke about it.
hope so. Hope so. Hope so. Right. So
Yep.
thanks everybody for listening. We're approaching 1 month to go till the fifth anniversary. So we'll get a
Mm.
few things planned and have a special celebration for that night. I
Definitely.
don't know what it's going to be yet. We'll have to discuss that off there.
We'll definitely do a live stream as well
Yep, definitely.
as a special episode.
I was thinking maybe we could do it on YouTube because we can get all StreamYard and we can do all of that kind of weird shit at the same time, can't we?
Mm. Yeah.
Something like that.
We do it to TikTok and YouTube at the same time.
Oh yeah, yeah. There we go. Cool. All right, nice one.
Yep. Coolio.
Speak to you in a bit.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween. I'm putting that version up on YouTube. Cool. Peace.